Hello, hello, hello. This is Gel, and welcome to my first episode of my podcast. I am currently a full-time employee and who have been resting for some months from her content writing, freelance service, and other side hustles because it was really overwhelming. But from the past years that I was doing both, I juggle my time, I have learned a lot. It has helped me a lot also. But this time, let's talk about you, the fresh graduates, or to younger people out there in their early 20s, or those who are still trying to navigate their path. If what would they like to do in their lives, or what career path they're wanting to follow. But allow me to express my gratitude to all the fresh graduates out there, those who have their small achievements. Congratulations, because finishing school is not really easy, and earning that diploma is already a big achievement, especially of course if some of us were primarily supported by our parents, and some of us also were very independent or worked as a working student. And now that you have finished school, it might be really normal to feel excited, hopeful, and very ambitious, especially if you want to land a job that pays you high, or when you have entered a company and you really want to have a high position that lets you earn a lot. And sometimes you feel too pressured to get success quickly in your hands. And now many of you are stepping into the workforce because believing that once you had a job, everything will finally fall into place. And yes, having a job matters. It's your first step toward independence, experience, and support. Being responsible with your finances, with the people who are expecting a lot from you, with your wants, your needs, whatever that you want to have once you are working. But as early as now, it's important to understand that having work alone may not really be enough to sustain you in the long run. Trust me, I tried. But right now, I'm resting, and I'll tell you in the later part of the video. The real world has a way of humbling us, which is really, really challenging. And your first salary may not be as big as you have imagined. If you were expecting to have a salary range of 40,000 to 50,000 pesos in the Philippines, you will be lucky enough to have this company in your life. But it's very rare for fresh grads to be accepted in this kind of job. It would be really hard to have their requested salary range to be approved or be accepted by the company. And of course, let's say you got in and you wanted to enter not on a very low rank but higher than the entry level positions. But to be honest with you, promotions may really take time. Maybe it only depends on the vacant position and the company want to take risk, or the company want to have a young blood in the leadership roles. That could be also possible. And I really hope that each one of you will get to experience that kind of rewarding experience. And I just also want to remind everyone that success rarely happens overnight, and that's okay. Every professional you admire started somewhere, often at the bottom. Sometimes they are unsure. And most of them have learned the hard way because not all the senior employees will have the sufficient amount of time to teach you immediately. Sometimes it's up to you to understand your job description, to understand what happens around you. But if you have this initiative to sometimes ask questions, it would also be helpful for you and for the senior, for the both of you to have this developed relationship as colleagues. And this is where humility becomes very powerful because you're allowing yourself to become open in learning. You allow yourself to accept feedback, and actually starting small does not make you weak. Just to give you an example, I had a first job. My salary was already big, and I was living independently. I was living alone in the city. But in the long run, I have made some realizations that I believe in myself will make me better as an individual, as a daughter. And the job is great and it pays good, but my health was already catching up and I was always tired. Because of that, I had to leave my first job. I had to go back to the province, and thankfully I was able to get accepted in the company where my parents work. It was their privilege, but was already a big bonus because I didn't have much time to put in searching for another job. It was really a blessing to me and for the whole family. And of course, the salary system is not the same with this current company I am working now. I had to start from below. I had to accept the minimum wage. I had no benefits, only the government shares. Of course, for me, it was really hard to accept because I am going back to the zero level. But I understood why. If you have this previous job and when you enter in a new workplace, the tradition, the culture will be totally different. Though, thankfully, the two companies were related to the power industry, but for me, of course, it's important for me to start from below. I understood that strategy because I have to learn the basics. Yes, I know the basics of electrical engineering, but the basic operation of this current company is different. That's why this is really, really where humility allows you to grow skills. The skills you have learned from the previous job will be a big bonus again. And there will be more and other relevant skills that you will learn again from this current company. And it makes you ready as you go all along. This will help you build relationships. It will really gain you real experience that no diploma alone can provide. Yes, I am an engineer, a registered one. I accepted the minimum wage. But now, I have understood how the company is operating, and I am really confident that once promotions will come, any time of the year, any time of the day, I am confident that I will apply. Accepted or rejected, I am confident that I am already aware how the company works in and outside. That's where humility enrich you. And guys, as you begin your career, remember that you are more than your job title. You have talents, interests, and passions that go beyond your degree. Maybe you enjoy writing, editing videos, designing graphics, tutoring, managing social media, or you are well versed in organizing files, records, projects. These skills, no matter how simple they seem now, can eventually become additional sources of income. Sometimes the skills that you learn in the company will also help you to develop your other skills, and you can actually use this to have other side hustles besides your current job, as long as it is allowed. Remember that, these can become additional sources of income. And exploring them early doesn't mean you're unsatisfied with your job. It means you are preparing for the future. And doing this with humility means being willing to learn, to start as a beginner, and to improve consistently. Side hustles and skill building aren't about showing off or chasing quick money. Sometimes it's a pride. It's something that you are proud of if you have these skills and you show them on social media that you can do this, you can do that. You can highly recommend yourself to be a writer for them, to become a graphic artist for them. But of course, on the earning side, on the income side, would it be worth it for your clients to avail you? Are you prepared to position yourself out there? Because sometimes freelancers out there go after quality clients, giving their services. Their primary goal is to earn high as quick as possible, which is very impossible. Just like in searching for a new job, looking for side hustles start from below also. So you have to balance it. You have to learn also the strategies on how to position yourself in marketing yourself as a writer, as a bookkeeper, as an accountant, a virtual assistant. So it's not just all about chasing quick money. They're about creating options. They give you the room to grow, the confidence to adapt, and the security of knowing that if one door closes, you still have the other open, right? Or if there is no open doors, you have the ability to open another. You have the ability to start small. It's okay to make mistakes. Learn from others who are more experienced than you. What you have learned in the university, at school, is very different from the company you're working with, from the journey of looking for a job, or from the people or other professionals around you. You have to stay teachable. Growth comes faster to those who remain humble enough to learn and patient enough to improve. So yes, aim high, but stay grounded. Work hard, but stay kind. Build your career, but don't ever forget to build your character. Sometimes, when you are already dealing with promotions or for a job application, your degree is a bonus. Yes, these titles are very important. It builds your reputation at school, and it also adds reputation to the company you're applying for. But you have to build your character. Your degree plus your character, boom. These are going to be your treasures that will keep you holding on, that will keep your career sustainable. Your job may be your starting point, but your attitude, humility, and willingness to grow will determine how far you go. And finally, for fresh graduates like you, success is not just about earning, it's about becoming. And there you have it. I hope you learned a lot from my first episode, and if you could just put a thumbs up right there below or subscribe to my channel, I will really be humbled and happily appreciate your time and effort. Thank you everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!